Alright, I guess I gotta start this one over. I don't know whoever it is that feel that they need to glitch my phone system every time I start making comments. So whoever you is, wherever that you got whatever kind of EMP, you could swallow that right up your where it'd be more useful. Instead of trying to glitch my posts and stuff like that through my actual phone. I don't know why this thing keeps shutting down like I ain't got enough memory on it. But anyway, I was getting on Shadeeur Sanders. This dude is all over YouTube for the last couple of days with him and the Cleveland Browns. The strange thing is, up until he got to the Cleveland Browns, you probably may not have ever heard of the Cleveland Browns. That's kind of how they are in the league since I've been around. I don't know what they've been doing before. I can't remember if that's one of the teams O.J. Simpson used to play for back in the day or not, but they probably did something. But since I've been around and watching football from the early 80s, the only thing we knew about them was they from Cleveland and they brown. I don't know, but this dude is like the number one draft pick, I think, coming out of college. Shadeeur Sanders' son. If you don't know who he is, you could Google him. That's one of the best defensive backs probably ever to play the game. At the time he was playing, I rated him as probably the best. I don't pick out everybody's shoes, but I had me one or two pairs of his, what it was worth. They similar to me or whatever, but real boastful. They used to say back in the day, arrogant, like how they like to say they feel he was cocky and this, that, and the next thing. I don't care how cocky he is. If he's performing on the field, that's what I watch. He made football exciting, not just regimented, exciting. Like people, you had to watch him. Like Tyson, you had to watch Tyson fight. Roy Jones, you had to watch them. He was one of them dudes that he was on the field. You had to watch the game. It just used to call you like his son. I don't know if this the oldest one, but anyway, this the one that's the quarterback. And I don't know if he's played similarly, but I know I watched some of the stuff they had on him. They got like a couple of things when he was coming up through high school, going through college, where he was working up to towards going to the NFL. And somehow or other, he was, I think, the number one draft pick. And how it works when they have the draft, it's usually the teams that don't do all that well that I think get the first picks. Somehow or other, this dude actually didn't make it until I think they say the fifth round. Now he's on the Browns roster. I think he's like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", something like that. Who they have as their, I think, main starting quarterback is 5'11". I don't think I've heard of a quarterback in the league since like Doug Flutie days that was under 6 feet. But that's who they're starting anyhow. And they're getting all kind of backlash about it because Shadeeur is who people apparently really, really want to see. I never heard of the Dylan Gabriel guy until, this whole thing with Shadeeur and them trying to figure out who they're going to pick anyhow. But, I don't have a TV like that to say I keep up with regular football nowadays. But they say, they feel they don't want to start him and this, that, and the next thing because they don't like how his dad was boastful and people, I guess, may be jealous and stuff. But they even go on YouTube to make comments about they feel how his mom was dressed inappropriately at his first game or something like that. If y'all don't know, Shadeeur Sanders, I don't know, yeah, he must be, I don't know, God must he take him under his wing. I don't know how he find a girl that fine on this planet and these nowadays, but somehow he managed to have himself up a lot. I ain't gonna say nothing else. You could Google it if you want to. All she did was show up in some gym sweats and look like a ladies football type jersey or something like that, and people all frantic about, she's dressed inappropriately. I don't feel she should be showing up to his games and all that kind of things. It looks inappropriate, distracting from the game or whatever. Head turners is head turners. If they break their neck looking up in the stands or out instead of looking at the field, they should have had Shadeeur on the field so they wouldn't have to break up their neck looking up in the stands at all if they want to see something exciting. If they business people, I don't know what they think, but they got dudes flopping around, they nuts and stuff on the sidelines talking, but they cheerleaders and stuff nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe I don't understand football no more. But anyhow, that's what this whole thing is all over YouTube. Just about every time I click and re-click it, try and reset it, Shadeeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns. And if it ain't him, it's got to do with Travis Hunter, who supposedly just donated $40 million or something like that to his wife of, I don't know, he's been married a couple of seconds or something like that. Now she filed for divorce or some kind of shit. I don't know. But this was happening. Number one draft pick, traded fifth, and for some reason, I don't know, they seems like the team having back and forth, like they're refusing to start him. The other guy who they starting apparently got in some kind of scuffle, they say, with him in the locker room or something like that, because he won the first game, then they benched him, and I think dude played the second game and they lost or something like that. So he must be was, I don't know, whatever it was, jealous, frantic, made some kind of comments. It's hard to say. I like sports when it's about sports and, you know, athleticism and performance, not that kind of thing. If it's politics, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that makes sports boring. Stay with the flock. You stay with the flock, but if they're running off a cliff like them lemons, you might not want to be one of them guys. I never see no shepherd run and jump off no cliff behind no nothing. I tell you the truth. If they want people to watch, and apparently they all about it, saying that there one show that he actually didn't come out, people stopped watching it. I guess they got this, you know, the statistics ready like that for them to actually, you know, be pinpoint with it to say how many people are watching and that kind of thing. Apparently nobody watched the game. They benched him. I mean, I don't know exactly what to say, but it can't necessarily be about money, because they would have only made money from dude being on the field. He apparently must have been begging the coach to put him in, even just to run one play or something like that. They just refused. I don't know. Maybe they want people to look up in the stands at Pilar, and I don't know. I still couldn't tell you the first time I watched a Cleveland Browns game on purpose. But whenever y'all decide to let him play, you know, somebody just put it on the comments that he on the field or something like that, so at least I could watch. I've been trying to follow the dude for a little while now, but he's probably going to be exciting to me if he's anything like his old man. But we'll see. If not, then we'll put it on Pilar. I don't know. I'll watch it for a couple of downs. I don't know. Just excitement is excitement, I guess. Motivation is motivation. But that's how I crunch things. Well, let me see what else is on today.